Jamai, Paka, Huinga Nukagalua, Mitlamakananslu, Yupiugua, Mamtakilagamiu. Hello, my Yupik names are Nukagalok and Mitlamakanan, and my English name is Valerie Davidson. Before we begin, let's all acknowledge the original people of this land, the Dina people, upon whose land we have had the opportunity to learn and work. They have been incredible stewards of this land since time immemorial, and we are honored to continue the education that they provided in this great state.
We are the community singers and dancers of Anchorage, and we're all living here in Anchorage, but our origins are from Wales, Alaska. If anybody doesn't know where that is, you go north and west all the way to Nome and keep going another 125 miles or so or something, and all the way you can on the mainland to the tip of the peninsula, and that's Wales, Alaska, 50 miles from mainland Siberia. We've been together for about 30 years in this group, at which when we started, our songs and dances had not been performed for about 50 years. We are very glad to be here. We'd like to start with a welcome dance.
Let us pray. Benevolent God of love and abundance, guide us through this paradigm shift we are currently living. We are separated and distant from each other physically, and that is strange and different. Help us to create vibrant channels for connections that fill the voids of being apart. Your abundant love and grace surrounds each of us as we take steps daily to maintain our focus, create and practice self-care routines, and stay connected with family and friends. We celebrate the accomplishments of each of you as you graduate, and your journey continues anew going forth from APU. Know that we continue to support, encourage, and care for you. Go forth in confidence, share generously, be kind in all ways, laugh frequently, and know you are amazing. Live into your dreams, and they will become your reality. Amen.
Welcome to APU Commencement Ceremony. This is not our traditional method of delivering the ceremony, but I think it is fitting for the times. We have to deliver this distance, and hopefully you guys are able to enjoy your family and friends in a manner that may not be the same as you would on a traditional ceremony day like commencement in the past, but I think this is fitting for this time, and I appreciate your patience with APU as we deliver some form of ceremony for you today, as well as I would like to welcome any family, friends, supporters of the students in the long term that have been here. Today is your last day as an APU student. In the very near future, you will receive your degree from APU. You will now be alumni of APU, and as alumni, you are the most important product of the university. It is important that you continue to stay connected with the university and support the university. So thank you for being here with us today, and thank you for being APU students. Thank you for everything you will do for us in the future, and welcome.
Hello everyone. As much as I would love to see you in person, I'm grateful to at least have the opportunity to speak with you. This is not at all what I imagined when I pictured my college graduation, and I imagine it isn't what you imagined either. But here we are. APU also hasn't been what I imagined college would be. This little school tucked away in the woods has exceeded my expectations in every way. I was never one for school spirit. I've had trouble feeling like I belong most of my life, but I have belonged here. And so have you. There's been space for us to be different, to inquire, to explore, to connect. Our courses challenged us academically, but our instructors also took time to act as mentors for us professionally. Many of our assignments invited introspection, challenging our perspectives and worldviews, acting as a catalyst for personal growth. I know that this holistic approach to higher education isn't accidental. On behalf of myself and the senior class of 2020, I'd like to express gratitude to our wonderful faculty for the way in which you've shown up in our lives over these years. This experience has tested our intellects, but it has also shown us how we function in the face of adversity. My wellness has at times faltered or entirely broken down over the course of these years. I have weighed out whether continuing was worth the cost so many times. We all have lost sleep, made sacrifices of energy, time, and resources, and been forced to trudge on when we felt as though we had nothing left. It's now time for us to give meaning to the sacrifices we have made and take what we have learned about our disciplines and ourselves into the world. I know that not all of us are from Alaska or will be living and working in Alaska, but I would like to take a moment to address those of us who are. This beautiful land and its resilient peoples are facing challenge and troubles in nearly every area of life right now. Alaska needs us to bring all that we have been given in our time here and pour it back into our communities. We have the potential to be a life-giving infusion of ingenuity, hope, and energy into beleaguered industries across the state. May we be the exceptional leaders, scientists, counselors, creators, and professionals that we have been educated and inspired to be in this time. My deepest heartfelt thanks to everyone who has helped us stay the course. Congratulations, class of 2020. We made it through.
While I am sure that this is not the way that we have pictured our graduation ceremony, I would still like to take the time to thank everyone for joining us on this very special day, regardless. I truly wish that we could be in person to walk across the stage and to shake the hands of our peers, professors, and loved ones. I recall the first time that I came to APU as if it was not that long ago. I visited the APU campus on a perspective trip back in 2015. It was my first time traveling alone. I was a junior in high school at the time. I met some staff and other prospective students. We trekked on the Matanuska Glacier. Before we floated down the Matanuska River, we also hiked Flat Top and visited the Sea Life Center in Seward. It was such an incredible experience that it left me so impatient to return to the beautiful state. After I returned home, I only applied to one college, and APU accepted me. I was so excited to begin college that my senior year slipped through my hands like sand as I imagined what life might be like after high school. Once I got to APU in the fall of 2016, I immediately felt at home. I met some of my closest friends to this day and have APU to thank. APU has become a second home to me in my 4 years here. The recent weeks have been especially difficult, I'm sure, for all of us. Being separated from the people that we care about has been tolling in this current uncertainty. However, this has given us the opportunity to reconsider how we go about things, slow down, and take time to enjoy smaller things, simpler things. While things may be uncertain, this has been a time for many of us to retreat to loved ones and share time we might not normally have had. It is this strength and support in our community that will bring us the hope to withstand these trying times. And while we may be leaving APU, we still can rely on the people and the connections that we have made here to help us to continue and prosper and grow. I hope for a safe, healthy, prosperous future, near future that we all can enjoy together. Thank you.
Congratulations, graduates, well done. And again, congratulations to the families, elders, friends, mentors, employers, and others who have helped our graduates on their journey. Traditionally, the provost gives some remarks at the end of the commencement service to send the graduates on their way, perhaps with some words of wisdom. In these extraordinary times, I think that rather than send you on your way, it may be more important for me to encourage you to stay connected. I know it's time for you to move on to the next phase of your journey, but it's also important that you connect what you've learned to the problems of the world and stay connected to and supportive of each other. I'm confident that the class of 2020 can do that. When Professor Jim Ryan was Dean of the Graduate School of Education at Harvard University, he gave a commencement speech in which he outlined life's 5 essential questions. The first and perhaps most important question is, wait, what? Wait, what is what you ask when you think things are going smoothly and you understand what's going on, but all of a sudden you recognize that you're confused or you missed something. Maybe you're just surprised, maybe you need more clarification or more information. Sometimes when we get that feeling, we just fake it until we understand it, or we wait until the next thing that confuses us comes along. But wait, what is an essential question because learning to ask it, sometimes daring to ask it, helps us take a breath, check our assumptions, ask for clarification, and sometimes reframe the questions so that we're better able to communicate with others and to understand problems in new ways. As I was thinking about these remarks today, I realized the mantra of this past semester is pretty much, wait, what? Wait, what? We're moving to distance delivery? Wait, what? You want me to move out of the residence halls? Wait, what? I'm supposed to homeschool and teach or learn, go to class at the same time? Now, if we accept that, wait, what? Is an essential life question and that it's important, an important life skill, I propose that the class of 2020 is the most prepared class to graduate from APU ever. Not only have you mastered the skills of your discipline, you have weathered earthquakes and forest fires, and you have persevered through a pandemic to graduate. You have demonstrated resilience, creativity, persistence, and care for each other and your communities. We've all had to take a pause, to question our assumptions, to ask for clarification, and to reframe our questions and our expectations. With the ability to ask, wait, what? The class of 2020 is well prepared to lead in creating new solutions to old problems, to build authentic relationships across communities and cultures, and to promote access to educational opportunities and model lifelong learning. Congratulations, be well, do good, and stay in touch.
Congratulations, graduates, on your incredible accomplishments. These last few weeks have certainly been interesting, and you have overcome those challenges to be able to graduate today. I learned a long time ago that people will do the most amazing things under the most impossible conditions as long as they have the right reasons. And you persevered to be able to get it done regardless of the obstacles that were placed in your way. Now that you have recently graduated and you are now alumni of APU, we would really encourage you to use your degrees to give back to our community in many of the ways that you've done already. If you know other young people who may not have thought about going to college before, encourage them to pursue higher education and perhaps lend a helping hand to somebody who may be just beginning their college journey. So we hope that today you will celebrate with your family in a public health approved way, and then later on, when it's safe to do so, that you will embrace your family and your friends to celebrate as a community. Until then, we honor you and your incredible achievement. Congratulations.